and mental health, this show fearlessly tackles the pivotal subjects that resonate deeply within our generation. My mission is to embody authenticity, relatability, and humor, ensuring that even the most challenging discussions become accessible and engaging, creating a space where listeners can feel understood and entertained simultaneously. Now, today's topic of discussion is society and real life. Is privacy dead in the social media age? Now, this is actually a really important question. Now, honestly, it's not dead, but it's no longer the default. In the pre social era, privacy was passive. I mean, if you did nothing, most of your life stayed offline by design. Today, privacy is active. If you do nothing, your life bleeds into feeds, data brokers, ad profiles, and search results. Oversharing isn't a moral failure. It's the predictable outcome of platform design, attention economics, and human psychology colliding. Now, what do we even mean by privacy? Okay, now privacy isn't one thing, it has layers. Number one, we're going to look at personal privacy. And what does that mean? It's what you keep to yourself, like your feelings, your health, your finances. Then we look at social privacy. Number two, who you choose to tell and under what norms, like close friends versus the public. And then number three is platform privacy, how apps collect, infer, and distribute your data, like your settings, trackers, and algorithms. And number four, legal privacy, rights and obligations under law. For example, South Africa's POPIA, EU's GDPR, California CCPA, Yeah, so when people say privacy is dead, they usually mean layers. 2 to 4 have shifted so far that layer 1 feels impossible to protect. But you still have levers, and they just require intention. Now, here's how oversharing became normal. Now, platform design, the nudges you don't notice. Frictionless posting, right? Like camera, then to story, you post it on your story, and that shares in seconds. And then low friction invites impulse. And then there's inferior formats, like stories or your status. That feels temporary, but screenshots, device breakups, and vault apps preserve them. Then there's defaults and dark patterns, public or friends of friends. And that may be the starting point. Opting out takes effort. And then gamified feedback, like likes, hearts, boosts, and your post is performing better than 95% of your other posts. Messages encourage more intimate disclosure. And then we look at context collapse. One post hits many audiences at once, like your boss, your cousin, your ex, your client, your strangers. So what feels casual can land professionally or permanently. And then we look at the attention of economy, why sharing pays. Data currency. More detailed posts equals better ad targeting, and that leads to more platform revenue. And then we look at intimacy. Like creators learn that personal performs. And then parasocial relationships. Followers feel they know you and expect ongoing access. Saying less can feel like a betrayal of the relationship. And then we look at psychology, how our brains help the machine. So we look at the variable reward. Not every post gets traction, but the occasional big hit keeps you posting. That's basically casino logic. Then we look at self-disclosure effect. Sharing about yourself creates warmth and trust, and that is great for connection, but risky at scale. And then we look at present bias. The buzz of now outweighs the cost to future me. And then social proof. Once you see others sharing payslips, breakups, diagnoses, you just adjust your sense of normal. And then we're going to look at social norms drift. The TMI in 2012 is content in 2025. The acceptable perimeter keeps expanding, like relationship drama, therapy notes, fertility journals, kids' milestones, addressable interiors like your house, your layout, your street view are all now routine feed material. And here's what we lose when we overshare. Number one is safety. Like your live location, routines, school uniforms, number plates, running routes. It maps your movements. Number 2 is reputation and work. Posts live longer than context. A snarky comment can outlive the joke. Number 3 is negotiation power. By broadcasting your salary rates or personal constraints can weaken leverage if done without strategy. Number 4 is children's digital futures, sharenting. Like kids inherit an online dossier they didn't consent to, like faces, names, schools, and habits. And number 5, data brokerage. Like public posts plus likes plus follows plus device data create profiles brought and sold beyond your control. Number 6 is emotional hangovers. Vulnerability posted in a low moment can become a permanent brand. And why people keep doing it? It's not just a vanity. Like number 1 connection, community support, crowdsourced advice, and belonging. Opportunity, like jobs, clients, collaborations, personal stories build trust quickly. And then coping, for many sharing is cathartic and life-saving, like grief, illness, recovery, abuse, survival. And then we look at creativity. Documenting life is a modern art form. It can be meaningful. So the answer isn't just never share. It's share with intent. The bit we tend to skip. Then the privacy paradox. People say they value privacy, but behave as if they don't. And the question is why? Why do they do that? Convenience versus control. Privacy takes time, and convenience is instant. Then opaque systems like settings change, policies are dense, defaults are favor exposure. And then diffuse harm. The risk is probabilistic and delayed. Maybe it'll never bite me, for example. Then social pressure. If I don't post, I'm irrelevant. If I don't show my kid, people assume I'm cold. That's how it is. And then we look at the anatomy of a post, the metadata you don't see. So every share potentially reveals time and location, and networks ties like tags, comments, and mutuals. Behavioral patterns when you're not home, away, what you buy, who you support. Environment, like your house layout, your neighborhood security habits. Face and voice prints, like unusable for recognition across platforms, even if you never geotag. Context often recreates the map. And then high risk categories. We're going to look at red flags like your live location at events, cafes, school gates, gym check-ins. We're going to look at your children's identifiers like their full names, school uniforms, and schedules. Then legal or medical matters like ongoing cases, diagnosis tied to identity. Workplace specifics like client lists, screens, confidential projects. Financials like cards in frame, exact income with full name and real-time purchases. And then new assets, new car with plates, home addresses and visible, expensive gear near windows. And the law helps, but can't save you from feeds. Like the POPIA in South Africa aims to protect personal information and regulate processing, and you can request access or correction, and organizations must secure data and report certain breaches. And then in Europe, the GDPR, like transparency, consent, purpose, limitation, data minimization, and rights to access, erasure, portability, hefty penalties for misuse. And then in California, the CCPA or CPRA and other regimes, rights to know, delete, opt out of sale. Laws regulate organizations more than individual choices. They don't prevent you from oversharing. They kick in once someone else mishandles your data. Treat them as guardrails and not airbags. Now, this is not legal advice, but for specific cases, speak to a lawyer, of course. Now, a practical way to talk about this with your audience. Now, the privacy zones model, okay? Green is generally safe, like through art, thoughts, jokes, non-identifying everyday moments, delayed travel, memories, and scenery. Then we look at the color amber, that's context dependent, like money talk, relationship ups and downs, venting about people, health, journeys, workplace antidotes. And then we look at red, avoid or obstructive. Live locations, children's identifiers, addresses, plates, precise schedules, legal disputes, raw medical documents. And then we look at the 5D posting framework. Number 1, decide the audience, like your public, your followers, close friends, or just don't post. Number 2 is delay by hours or days. Post after you've left and after emotions cool. Number 3, distill the story to the feeling, not the identifying detail. Number 4, demetadata, like crop plates, blur badges, or remove EXIF where possible. And number 5, delegate boundaries. Have a posted charter. We don't show children's faces. Thanks for understanding. And a privacy reset checklist just for you. Number 1, turn off precise location for social apps and check camera permissions. Number 2, audit profile fields. Remove phone or email address unless it's business critical and use a business inbox. Number 3, create a close friends or broadcast list for sensitive updates. Number 4, clean the grid. Remove posts that show address, school badge, routine routes. Number 5, enable 2FA, which is two-factor authentication, which you could do on Instagram or TikTok or probably any social media platform, and you can use unique passwords via a manager. Number 6 is delay travel posts until you're back, like avoid boarding pass shots. Number 7 is teach a house rule. No faces plus no place without permission. Number 8 is review third-party app connections, like revoke anything you don't use. And number 9 is switch off contact syncing if you don't need it. Number 10, set up alerts for your name, brand to catch impersonation early. Now here's special cases worth unpacking. Number 1, parenting, parents posting kids. The risks for this is identity, safety, future embarrassment, images reused out of context. And better practice is initials, not full names, wide shots or back of head, delay posts, private family album apps, ask other children for consent, keep school logos out of frame. And then number 2, creators, influencers, and small business owners pressure. Access equals growth, okay? Now the counter. Set a content boundary charter and say it out loud. For example, I don't show my home exterior or my child's face. I don't post travel only after I've left. I don't share medical documents. I share lessons learned. I use a business WhatsApp or email, my personal or private number, and that is private. Audiences respect clarity and the right ones stay. Anyway, I will be back right after that break, so I'll see you soon.
Turning back to what was, I've had it. Standing up again, taking back control of myself.
Sunnah a day, proudly brought to you by Sunpick, 100% pure sunflower cooking oil. Sunpick, cook more with less.
मेरे नबी प्यारे नबी सुन्नत तेरी दुनिया दी.
Sunnah a day, when entering one's home, enter by making salam.
Sunnah a day, proudly brought to you by Sunpick, 100% pure sunflower cooking oil. Sunpick, cook more with less.
Imagine this. You're putting together a 7-color meal, from the creamy pasta to the glazed carrots and flavorful onion gravy. This entire meal is made with our 100% pure extra virgin olive oil from our La Familia range, bringing outstanding quality and taste to your kitchen. Shop La Familia 100% pure extra virgin olive oil at any leading supermarkets near you. La Familia, heart of the home.
The Al Ansar Foundation, Dawah, Tarbiyah and Education, establishing the foundations of Islamic civilization in South Africa.
This segment is brought to you by Kenfield Auto, your RMI approved service and repair specialist. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Kenfield Auto.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا
Car won't start?
Kenfield Auto.
Noisy brakes?
Kenfield Auto.
Due for a service?
Kenfield Auto. Kenfield Auto, the answer to all your car problems. Your service and repair specialist for your VW, Audi, Suzuki, Toyota, or just about any vehicle. Kenfield Auto, your RMI and insurance approved workshop to handle them all. 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Call us on 031 207 2399. Kenfield Auto.
At Checkstar, get Ras Basmati rice, red plus Chasa Bombay, absolutely free. Or Handy Andy Sunlight Dishwashing Liquid, 1.5 litre. Take any 5 for 200 Rand. Offers valid until 9th November 2025. Only at Checkstar, Mount Edgecombe, Durban CBD and Sparks Road branches. T's and C's apply.
Elevate your style with Alnur kurtas and fragrances from Potent Eyes Perfumes. Exclusively available at Alansar Shop. Visit us at 207 West Road or call 031 208 1601. Experience the best in fashion and perfumery. Alansar Shop where elegance meets fragrance.
Station for Conversation, Radio Al-Ansar.
It's Ria Mahomed here, hosting the Next Gen show on Radio Al-Ansar, with each new episode premiering every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. My audience is invited to partake in this enriching journey, expecting a blend of insight, humor, mental health, trends, and relevance that is offered, guarantees a listening experience that is both enlightening and enjoyable, promising a journey not to be missed. Ria Mahomed from Next Gen.
WhatsApp us now on 060-904-1056.
Getting you through your day. Radio Al-Ansar.
Okay, beautiful souls, it is me, Ria Mahomed, back live on Next Gen. Now, we were just discussing ways to protect your privacy. Number 4, we're looking at communities and WhatsApp groups. Like, screenshots of private groups are still private communications. Forwarding without consent breaks trust, and in some contexts, the law or platform rules. Now, treat DMs and groups as consensual spaces and not content mines. Then number 5, we are looking at mental health and medical journeys. If sharing helps, consider time-shifted storytelling, like share after processing, removal of hospital names, doctor faces, file numbers. Focus on resources and coping strategies over raw documents. But the question is, but if I don't share, I'll disappear. Here are 3 practical ways that you can stop. Now, number 1, separate intimacy from identifiability. You can be warm without being exposed. Tell the story, omit the coordinates. Number 2 is bold formats that aren't biographical, like interviews, explainers, reviews, challenges, caller stories. You're present but not mind. And number 3, be predictable in content and not in routine. Post a predictable time and post at predictable times, not in predictable places. And then, now privacy hasn't died, the burden has been removed from the platform to the person. Sharing the feeling of the moment, not the metadata. Free apps aren't free. They're subsidized by your habits. Your future self is a stakeholder in today's post, and boundaries aren't walls, they are just signposts. Now here are common myths and quick counters. The myth: I'm not famous, no one cares. Reality: data brokers and bad actors don't need frame. They only need patterns. The myth: my account is private, so I'm safe. Reality: screenshots travel, followers churn, and settings change. Myth: I turned off location, so photos reveal nothing. Reality: visual clues, routines recreate the map. A myth: if it's illegal, platforms will remove it. Reality: removal is slow, copies spread, and search catches linger. Myth: I'll delete it later. Reality, deletion doesn't retract downloads, archives, or scrapes. And here are a few mini stories that I'm going to read for you. Number 1, the live location selfie. A creator posted in a quiet cafe with a recognizable street view. A follower popped in to say hi and meant well, but felt invasive. So the fix: post after leaving and crop your surroundings. Number 2, the first day photo. Uniform plus badge plus name on the board. A reflective and related reshare publicly. Parents switch to initials and private album the next year. Number 3, the vent about a client. A freelancer wanted the client's friend follow them. Lost the contract. And how can you fix this? Rant offline, share lessons and not identities. Number 4, the misread intimacy. Regular late night lives grew big parasocial bonds. When the creator set boundaries, a minority felt betrayed. And how can you fix that? Set the charter early, repeat it kindly. Now, building a healthier culture beyond individual fixes. You need to normalize saying no. Model consent. Ask before tagging or posting someone else's child. Design pressure. Praise platforms that offer privacy by default and clear controls. Community standards. Call out doxing, stalking, and sharing of private information as uncool, not just unlawful. And then education. Teach kids that audience and longevity are part of posting. Who sees it and for how long? So now the question is privacy dead? Or are we just giving it away for likes? What's the most personal thing you've ever posted, and do you regret it? Now, there are so many things like platform nudges, attention economy, psychology, define context collapse, and privacy paradox. Now, when we look at this context, oversharing gone wrong and real life consequences. Now, there was one, as I mentioned, the live location cafe post. Now, here's an actual story. A lifestyle influencer in Johannesburg posted an Instagram story tagging a quiet cafe while still being there. A follower, meaning well, showed up and said hello. The creator felt ambushed, but it also raised safety concerns. Everyone and anyone with bad intentions could have done the same. And why did this go wrong? The live location was shared while alone. No control over who saw the post. And here's the lesson. Delay location posts until you've left. If you want to support a business, you can still tag them, just post it later. Then more context on the school uniform reveal. Here's what happened. On the first day of school, a proud parent posted a photo of their child in a uniform, holding a name board with full name, grade, and school crest visible. Within hours, a stranger had downloaded the image and reposted it on a community Facebook group without permission. And why did this go wrong? Full identifiers for a minor, like the name plus the school plus location, easily traceable via Google Maps Street View. The lesson for this is crop or blur uniforms and remove name tags. Share the milestone and not the identifiers. The breakup rant. What happened? A small business owner, upset after a breakup, vented in detail on Facebook about their ex, including screenshots of private messages. The post went viral locally. Potential clients saw it and decided the person is too dramatic to work with. And why did this go wrong? It's because mixed personal drama with professional identity. Screenshots of private messages can violate privacy laws. And the lesson is process offline first. If you want to share lessons learned, strip identifying details and keep the focus on your journey, not on the other person. Now, the house tour trap. What happened here? Now, the home decor YouTuber proudly did a house tour after buying a property. Viewers could see the street through a window and match it with the property's listing still online. It revealed her address, her floor plan, and a security system location. And why did this go wrong? Background clues were enough for strangers to pinpoint the exact location, and security features were exposed. The lesson from this is if you do home content, avoid showing exterior views, street names, or full layouts. Now, here is oversharing done right. Smart sharing strategies. Number 1, the delayed travel diaries. Here's what happened. A Durban travel blogger made it clear in her bio saying, I post trips after I'm home. Thanks for respecting that. She still shared vibrant travel content, but it was always posted a week later, and she never tagged the accommodation until after checkout. And why did this work? Audience still enjoy the content. Zero live location risk. The lesson here is delaying posts doesn't kill engagement. It builds intrigue. Where was this taken? Number 2, the cropped kid moment. What happened? A parent wanted to share a sweet beach photo of their toddler. Instead of showing the child's face, they posted a back-facing shot with a caption about the day. The post still got high engagement, and people focused on the story and not the identifiable details. Why did this work? It protected the child's identity. It kept emotional impact. The lesson for this is angles, silhouettes, and close-ups of hands or feet can tell a story without exposing the person. Another story is the redacted achievement post. A young professional got a new job offer and wanted to celebrate online. They posted about their excitement but blurred out the company logo and offered letter details. They tagged only the industry and not the company to avoid unsolicited content. Why did this work? It avoided doxing by strangers and kept the celebration intact. The lesson here is you can share milestones without oversharing. Focus on emotion and not raw data. Then we're looking at the composite story technique. What happened here? Mental health advocates wanted to talk about burnout without revealing their employer. They combine aspects of their own experience and the anonymous aspects and examples from friends, creating a composite story. The lessons were real, but no one could trace them to a specific person or a company. And why did this work? It protected all parties. It maintained authenticity and relatability. Now, the lesson here is blending stories or speaking in general themes still gets the message across while avoiding harm. Now, do we judge people too quickly? That's actually a common question asked because on social media, that's basically how it is. Now, social media snap judgments versus real life impressions. Now, the core question is, well, the short answer for that is yes, because our brains are built for speed. Social media is built for snap takes, and the cues we use online are partial, polished, and often misleading. In real life, impressions evolve. Online, they freeze. Now, here's how first impressions actually work. Thin slicing. Humans can form impressions of warmth, competence, and intent in milliseconds. It's an evolutionary shortcut, like quick reads kept our ancestors safe. Offline, those fast reads are quickly updated by ongoing cues like voice, timing, micro expressions, shared content, and mutual friends. And why the brain rushes. Number 1, we're going to look at cognitive load. Your mind conserves energy by using heuristics like mental shortcuts. Then the negativity bias. We're going to look at that. Potential threats get more attention than neutral positives. And then confirmation bias, where once we've gotten the first take, we filter a new information to protect it. Then the fundamental attribution error. We overcredit someone's character and undercredit their context, like she's rude versus she's under pressure. Then offline versus online. Offline equals the cue rich, tone, pace, eye contact, posture, even how someone enters a room. Online, cue poor, but signal loud. One photo, one caption, follower count, a few comments, and boom, we decide. Part 2 of this is why social media supercharges snap judgments. Number 1, we design for feed. Like infinite scroll plus short form video means we evaluate someone in 1 to 3 seconds or we swipe. Platforms literally train us to judge fast. Number 2 is the context collapse. One post faces every audience at once, like grand, boss, ex, strangers. A joke for mates look outrageous to HR. We judge without shared context. Number 3, aesthetics as truth. Like lighting, lenses, filters, editing, background interiors, even font choices act as status signals. We read polished and competent as messy and unreliable, even when it's about equipment and not character. Number 4, we look at the matrix. Moral cues. Blue tick, follower count, views, and the like ratio feels like evidence of credibility. They're not. They're evidence of distribution and not virtue. Number 5, comment herding. Early comments set the tone. If the first 10 are negative, the rest pile on between bad wagon effect. That is what it is. And a decent post can look dodgy or purely by crowd's mood. Number 6, the asymmetric risk. It's cheap to judge, expensive to repair. A flippant quote tweet can get, 10,000 impressions. The correction gets 10% of that. Now, part 3, the most common snap judgment traps. Halo or horns effect. One striking trait colors the whole person, like attractive is smart. One awkward clip, that means they're an awful human being. Then the out group. They all seem the same. We're all nuanced. Online anonymous avatars make this worse. Then the language and accent bias. Grammar slips, code switching, or a strong accent gets misread as low competence. Moral outrage reflex. We reward hot takes and we punish norms. Ambiguity intolerance. A vague post triggers the harshest possible interpretation. Recency illusion. The last thing you saw becomes the truth, even if it's an outlier. And then part 4. What real-life impressions do better. The repair loop. You can clarify instantly by saying, sorry, I meant whatever, and then multiple channels. Tone softness softens words, smiles soften edges, and shared activity builds trust. Then we look at the repeated contact. Real trust forms over time. That consistency beats the single moment. Constantly signifies with signals like showing up, keeping time, helping. Behavior is harder to fake than polished grid. And then part 5, real world vignettes you can read on there. Okay, number 1, the 2-second scroll. You see a young lady or a young guy in a designer hoodie, captioned another late night. First thought is lazy influencer vibes, and then you scroll. The context is he's actually a junior doctor on call. Same photo, different truth. Then number 2, the grammar police. A woman posts a long thread with a few typos. Comments roast her, and later you learn she's dyslexic. Sharing life-saving tips about medication interactions, and we judge church's proofreading and not her point. Number 3, the rude cashier. So here's an offline tale. A cashier is short with you. Snap judgment is rude. Later you learn that they were closing a loan after a coworker collapsed, and context converts character. So we use the setup as setup to judgment to reveal to lesson beats. Now we're going to look at part 6. Practical formats and frameworks for you, and of course, all of us. A is for readers and scholars. Slow your judgment. SLOW. S is suspend the verdict. Count to 5 before reacting. L, look for missing context. What don't I know? Who else is involved? O, offer alternatives. Adds at least 2 other explanations. And W, wait to weigh in sleep, or if it's heated. And then we look at the 3 C's. Context, competence, and character. Context, could there be a reasonable backstory? Competence, is this person speaking inside or outside their expertise? And character, am I judging their whole character off one moment? And then we're looking at RAFT, R-A-F-T. R, read twice. A, ask a question. F, fact check the claim and not the vibe. And T, tone check before you post. Now, for creators or professionals, help others judge you fairly. Now, here is a 10-second profile pause. Pen post who you are and what you stand for. Clear and human. About line, one sentence of purpose and one boundary, like travel posts are delayed. And then the first 9 tiles. Consistent story, remove ambiguous shots that invite the wrong read. And then caption context, add the missing facts a stranger wouldn't know. And then lastly, comment priming. Ask for experiences and not verdicts. What's helped you versus am I right or am I wrong? And then here is the first impression kit. A warm, recent headshot, a 30-second intro reel, and a link to your best long-form piece so the curious can go deeper and update their impression. And then we look at part 7. On-air games and audience interactions made... Okay, anyway, I will be back right after a quick ad break. I'll see you soon.
Radio Al-Ansar, Durban, 90.4 FM. Peter Maritzburg, 105.6 FM.
For years, families across KZN have trusted the Culinarium from Ladysmith to Pietermaritzburg and Newcastle for quality kitchenware and appliances that make every meal special. And now, the Culinarium is coming to Durban. Yes, you can soon visit our brand new store at Musgrave Centre, bringing the same trusted quality, friendly service, and incredible opening specials you already love. Discover premium cookware, appliances, bakeware, and all your kitchen essentials now right here at Musgrave Centre, the Culinarium, where family, flavour, and quality come together. Visit us in-store or online at theculinarium.co.za.
Hustling? Searching for a real deal while payday is still far? Get the Debonairs Pizza Real Deal range from just R31.90. Choose from barbecue chicken, chicken and spicy pine, and more. Perfect for your solo craving or a family meal that won't break the budget. Live like a winner at Debonairs Pizza Halal Stores on North Beach, 139 Lower Marine Parade Street, City Gate Centre at Joe Slover Street, or Grey on 192 Dr. Yusuf Dadu Street. Debonairs Pizza. Try something amazing.
It's not just about the bride, it's about family, community, and celebrating men who make our society strong. Join us for a fun-filled afternoon with the Chill Zone, Kids Corner, and more. Admission is 50 Rand for adults and 20 Rand for kids. You don't want to miss out. Presenting the Ultimate Bride Champion on November the 22nd at Al-Ansar Radio 207 West Road, Overport. Brotherhood meets competition. Proudly brought to you by the Afternoon Jam. The Afternoon Jam, 3 voices, 1 vibe.
اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الغاصبين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المرابطين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم شد أزرهم وسدد رميهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم الطف بإخواننا في كل مكان يذكر فيه اسمك يا أرحم الراحمين. استنصروك يا الله فانصرهم. اللهم ارحم الضعفاء والفقراء والمساكين والأيتام والنازحين والمشردين والأسرى يا أرحم الراحمين.
اللهم أنج المستضعفين من المسلمين في فلسطين. اللهم كن لهم عونا ونصيرا. اللهم كن لإخواننا المرابطين في المسجد الأقصى. اللهم كن لهم ولا تكن عليهم. اللهم فرج همهم، نفس كربهم، داوي جرحاهم، عاف مبتلاهم، اشف مرضاهم، ارحم موتاهم، تقبل شهداءهم.
You know what really gets under my skin? When my cake or icing just doesn't come out right. It's such a bummer. But I found this incredible margarine called Wooden Spoon. and it's been a total lifesaver for my baking adventures. It makes my icing turn out just perfect every time. When I whip up something with a wooden spoon, I feel like a master baker. Seriously, my cakes have never looked better. The secret? Wooden spoon margarine. It's like the magic ingredient for nailing those perfect bakes. And guess what? It's even endorsed by the South African Bakers Guild Association. Just another quality product from the Willowton Group.
At Checkstar, get Oro Squash 2 liter, take 2 for 70 Rand. Or Lay's Chips, take 3 for 55 Rand. Offers valid until 9th November 2025. Only at Checkstar, Mount Edgecombe, Durban CBD, and Sparks Road branches. T's and C's apply.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban 90.4 FM. Pietermaritzburg 105.6 FM.
Okay, beautiful souls, it is me, Ria Mahomed, back live on Next Gen. Now, the question once again is, do we judge people too quickly? Now, online, absolutely. Social media strips out the tone and timing and then hands us a photo, a caption, and a comment section buzzing with certainty. Our brains love shortcuts, so we decide. Good person, bad person, clever, clueless, swipe. But real life isn't a single frame, it's a film. Today, we're slowing down the movie. Before you call someone a villain based on one clip, try the slow rule. Suspend the verdict, look for missing context, offer alternative explanations, and wait to weigh in. Because a quick take feels too powerful until it's wrong, and then it's just loud. Now, see how the story changed once we knew the backstory? That's power of context. If one post can mislead us about a stranger, imagine what we might be getting wrong with our own colleagues, our neighbors, or even our friends. So we can't just switch off snap judgments. They're human, we're human, but we can hold onto them lightly and update fast. So next time you feel an itch to label someone off one post, breathe and ask a question, and remember your certainty might be a filter. Now, anyway, we're looking at part 15, which is a gentle challenge just for you. So I want you to do this within 7 days. So day 1, before reacting online, write 2 alternative explanations. You're going to do this on day 1 and day 2. Then from day 3 and 4, ask a clarification question instead of dunking. Day 5 and 6, update an old judgment out loud, like saying, I changed my mind because, And then day 7, share what changed when you slowed down. So we do judge too quickly, but we must know that we're human. It's human to judge. We judge too quickly online because the medium rewards it. The remedy isn't to just switch off your gut. It's to build a second beat, pause, seek context, and then decide. In real life, impressions are dynamic. Bring that same grace to your feed. Anyway, so it's time to wrap up. Unfortunately, it is the end of our show. I will see you next week, Thursday, the 13th of November, inshallah, from 2 to 3 p.m. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Radio